Okay, so today we'll be talking about introduction, writing the introduction. I'm going to send you 3 samples. We'll be looking at these 3 samples. And so TP introduction. So how many sentences you will be writing? It should be 5 to 7, 8 sentences, not more than 100 to 110 words. No sources used. Introduction has 3 parts. So part A is hook, which is something general or interesting. This must be 2 sentences or 2 hooks. So hook cannot be the topic. Talk in general about your topic. You can use the following options to write the hook. So option A is you can write a question, 2 types of questions. Yes, no questions, starting with, for example, do, is, am, are, has, have. These questions are not allowed because they don't generate any discussion, and you need to use a personal pronoun when you use these type of questions. Example, do you know how many people die of smoking every year in the world? Now let's say this question is related to a topic where we are discussing. The topic is maybe effects of cancer. It's a very good question if we don't use the yes no part, because again, what's the answer? Yes, I know. No, I don't know. So there's no discussion, nothing interesting. There is a personal pronoun here and you're not allowed to use personal pronoun. So all these type of question, do you know, do you think, do we know, do we think, there is always a personal pronoun involved, number 1, which will reduce your score. The other problem is, as I said, it's not interesting. There's no discussion generated. You cannot use this one. So what do we use then? If we want to use a question, if we like to use a question in the hook, you can use closed questions. Sorry, you can use open-ended questions. Open-ended or WH questions. Example, how many people lose their lives every year due to the effects of smoking. So you can see here it's almost the same idea, but now the reader cannot say only yes or no. This is like discussion, generating a discussion. Also, you see there is no personal pronoun. So you can normally, naturally, when students write, they always write in their essays and papers personal, like yes, no questions. You can do it in your rough work. Then just see what I did right now. I used the same idea, but I changed it a little bit to a WH question. So what, where, when, why, how, this will help you. So basically, if you like to use a question in your hook, if you like to use a question in your hook, use WH question. You can use one or two questions. Also remember, you're not writing a question and answer thing here. It's only the question and then you'll go to the next part. So it's just to grab the attention of the reader. That's it. Just starting the paper in a different way. That's the first option. If you don't like to use the question, you can also use general facts or statement, general opinions about or related to the topic. So it's about the topic or related to the topic. So again, if my paper is effects of smoking, instead of saying there are many effects of smoking, we can talk about like environment, smoking, we can say cigarettes, take a big amount of people's money every year. A lot of people spend almost half of their money, half of their salary in smoking. Maybe this is not a good idea, but I'm just showing you an example. So you can see here, these are general facts or general opinions. You can use this one also if you like to use. This is your other option. Current news or something current going on related to the topic. So it would be from, so it is something related to the topic. It's another option. You can write problem related to the topic, a common problem. Just trying to give you the best option. So the first option is question, which is the best option. You can general facts or opinions about or related to the topic. Current news, something current going on related to the topic. You can write a problem related to the topic in the society. Write a general definition which doesn't need citation. So don't write a means don't write something technical or with statistics where you need to give citation. Okay, so these are your overall options, and I might add something else. Just let's look at the. All right, so now let's look at the samples that I sent to you. This is there are three introduction paragraphs here, three different students. So the first one is advantages and disadvantages of medical marijuana. Look at the hook here. Legal in several countries but illegal in many others, marijuana, scientifically referred to as cannabis, has been the center of a great controversy for some time. So the first two sentences here are the hook. So you can see how this student has used the hook. Legalization of euthanasia. Look at the questions there, how this student used it. Look at the effects of vegetarianism, how many sentences are hook and how this student used it. Going back to the other part, so part A is hook. Also remember, don't use any of the following in the hook. If you use any of these following options or following types of hook, you will lose points. So number one is you cannot use yes no question. B, you cannot use number, data, or statistics. A lot of students use quotations and citation in the hook. You cannot use it, you'll lose points on the rubric. Personal story or experience. You cannot use a personal story or experience. My uncle, my brother, my neighbor, I travel. You cannot use those type of hooks. You cannot just directly mention your thesis. There are different advantages of robots. There are different effects of divorce. You cannot just put your topic here. So these are out. All right, part B. So again, hook is two sentences. Everybody should be writing two sentences. You don't need to write more than, well, you can write three if you like to, but better to be two. One is also not okay. Part B, right after the hook, you go to the background. So hook is general information, something interesting to grab attention of your readers. Now you are going to give some details about your topic, but again here also you will not give the topic directly. So 3 to 4 sentences, no sources. There are different options available for you. If you are writing a paper with causes of something, okay, just a second. So your paper then, so if your paper is about causes of something, then you can write some effects related to the topic here. For example, let's say I'm writing about causes of divorce. I can talk about the effects of divorce here, like how divorce affect families, what are the issues after divorce. So then I can say, oh, so these are the causes. So this way I'll be leading my readers to the thesis, which is causes of divorce. Talking about 2 or 3 effects can naturally prepare my readers for the thesis. On the other hand, if your topic is effects or advantages or disadvantages, you can talk about the causes or background factors here in the background detail. This could be even how people started using this thing. For example, if I'm talking about effects of divorce on children, I can talk how families start having problems that lead to divorce in the end. This way I can easily go to my thesis after the background. If you are talking about problems or solutions, you can talk about also causes or factors that could lead to the problems. In an argumentative focus, you can mention your side and the opposite side, almost similar to the Post Foundation 1 essay 2 style. If you are comparing or you are going to contrast, you can mention the importance or benefits of the system or things you will be comparing in your paper. If you're talking about a technical topic, you can also write a simple general one sentence definition in addition to the above options in the background part of the introduction. Just remember to avoid writing the real thesis or main ideas here. This is the part to give some details and not the topic or main idea. So let's go back to the sample. So we are looking at advantages and disadvantages of medical marijuana. So see what this student has offered in the background information. You can see how this one has done it. Then this is the background information here. Now euthanasia is a very technical type of topic, so that's why this student has used a definition here from this source, but he or she has other things as well. So read it carefully and then read the middle part of this, which is the background detail. The topic is effects of vegetarianism. So these are the 3 things. Keep looking at them. First, Just read them first, all three of them. All right, last part of the introduction, which is a very, very important part of your paper, which has a grade on the rubric as well. Thesis statement. This must be one sentence. Whatever happens, you cannot write two sentences. So according to the rubric, your thesis must have these elements: topic, focus, three main ideas. You cannot use announcement type of thesis, such as in this paper will discuss, I will talk about, this is out. These will put your thesis down to the C column or lower on the rubric. Two examples are here. You can read these examples. I'll give you one more example here. If my focus is positive and negative effects or advantages and disadvantages, so I can say, this is only example, robots can help the industries in many ways, such as they could do certain difficult tasks, they could enhance productivity, but they could also affect the budget of the company. This is only an example. Maybe the ideas are not very good, but you can see one negative, two positive. So you can use this type of style. If we go back to the samples, one of them is advantages and disadvantages. So you can read it carefully. You can read the legalization of euthanasia here. This is argument, how the argument is given. And then this is effects. So you can see how the three effects are given. So there are positive and negative effects combined here as well. Right, so you have the sample outline where there is a complete introduction. I gave you three more here. There are sample papers on the blackboard. Of course, they have introduction in the term paper sample folder. Then the oral defense folder has a separate paper. So you can look at all of them for your help to complete the introduction. Watch the video carefully till the end. If you would like to repeat, just repeat. Look at both, keep both handouts open when you're watching the video, so you understand better. During the lecture, you can ask me questions about all of this. So all the best. We'll talk more during the online session, inshallah.